History was made on Thursday evening as Guyana for the first time welcomed the third highest ranking official of the executive branch of the federal government of the United States, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, to its shores. The Secretary of State of the United States is fourth in line to the presidency after the Vice President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives in the U.S. He is also the highest-ranking member of Cabinet. The U.S. Secretary of State is making a roundabout tour of several South American countries, Suriname, Brazil, Colombia, and Guyana, in his bid to lobby democracy for the people of Venezuela while seeking to enhance relations with those countries that are part of his trip. During a media briefing on Friday morning, the Secretary of State noted that Guyana and the United States have shared friendly relations for over 50 years. He posited that it would not be another 50 before another Secretary of State or any other high-ranking official pays a visit to Guyana.
You've been great hosts. First, I want to thank President Ali and his staff for taking such good care of our team. The President and I had a wonderful dinner last night and a great meeting. You know, our two countries, the United States and Guyana, have been friends now for over 5 decades. But this is the first official visit from an American Secretary of State. You have my commitment. It will not be another 50 years.
The Secretary of State's visit to Guyana comes on the heel of the country's recently concluded regional and general elections, during which the U.S. official had urged for democracy to prevail after a 5-month electoral impasse, and where he had also issued visa sanctions on a number of election and political officials whom he had accused of seeking to derail democracy in the sovereign state.
We know that Guyanese people cherish democracy. They cherish freedom. They value free, fair, and transparent elections, just as Americans do, just as all people do. I was proud to publicly support the Guyanese people in their quest to have the results of the election respected. The results certainly took longer than any of us would have wished or hoped, but it was worth fighting for. It was worth fighting to honor the people's sovereign decision.
His visit also comes at a time when relations between Venezuela, Guyana, and the U.S. are not at its best, as the United States has been calling for democracy in the Spanish-speaking oil-producing South American nation to prevail. Venezuela shares a common border with Guyana. The Donald Trump administration has said it recognizes the opposition leader of Venezuela, Juan Guaido, as the legitimately elected president of the country. The United States has further criticized the Maduro administration of being heavily involved with narco-traders, which the Secretary of State reiterated at a press conference at State House on Friday.
Finally, we talked about the need for democracy in Venezuela and an end to the illegitimate Maduro regime, a man who's denying that very democracy that the Guyanese people so love, denying that democracy for the people of Venezuela. We know that the Maduro regime has decimated the people of Venezuela, and that Maduro himself is an indicted narcotics trafficker. This means he has to leave.
The Secretary of State departed Guyana Friday afternoon after meeting with the CARICOM Secretary General, Erwin Larocque. Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.